Hey everybody, and welcome back to the CoGPod. This is episode 39. This is a special episode because Nick is gone this week for, what is it, Canada Day?
Yeah.
Is that made up?
I don't know. I think so.
That's a real thing.
Oh,
so it's
Canada.
just, right? It's just me and Luke and Grim today, and we decided, because Grim's birthday is next week, happy birthday, Grim, that we're going to do
Thanks.
a Beercast today.
Also, happy birthday, America.
So today, well, right.
Hey, it makes sense. He's gone for Canada Day.
Canada.
And it's Independence Day for America coming up.
And what else do you do for America besides drink, right?
You
drink beer, and it's all the Americans on the podcast this week.
Oh, okay.
So it's America only.
Seems a little elitist.
It is. Since most of our fans are Canadian.
So anyway.
We love you hosers up north there, eh?
So this week we're just going to do beer-related stuff. So if you hate beer, just turn this one off.
I'm sure we'll dabble in some video game talk, maybe.
Maybe not.
Well, we did
No,
just get
I
some
don't want
stuff,
to.
So. Okay.
Beer
that was the
only.
video game talk.
Strictly beer.
Okay.
Okay. So we asked people in our COG chat, in our Discord chat, to send us whatever questions they wanted you guys to answer about beer. So we're going to go through those first.
I just had an idea when you were saying we asked our members, like a Family Feud style thing. 100 gears were surveyed. Give
We
us
don't
the
have
top
100
answer.
in there.
Oh man, once we get that many, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do like a Family Feud style game.
I don't know what
If
you're
you want to
talking
be in
about.
the Discord. He wants to play Family Feud, but in Discord chat. That's what he's saying.
No, see, we got to survey all of our gears, our COG gears.
So the people that join the chat are called gears.
Yeah, and we survey them with questions, and then we use those answers to play Family Feud. Like 100 gears surveyed.
I don't know what Family Feud is.
I swear to God.
Oh, God. So anyway, if you want to join the Discord server to help Luke get to his 100 gears, then it's on our website under Contact Us. Or About Us, actually. I think it's on About Us. Anyway, so we asked them for questions, beer-related, for Grim and Luke to answer. So we're just going to do those first.
Okay.
And then you guys can do your taste testing.
Okay.
And rating and stuff.
I mean, we're already
Whoa,
drinking.
someone
Yes.
just shot a gun.
Wow.
Did it come through your window? I see a hole in your blind there.
No, that's from the cats.
See it?
That's from the
Okay.
cats.
Jesus.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. So, first question. If you're running your own brewery,
Brewery.
this is for both of you, what 6 beers would you brew?
Oh, man, that's
Like
a lot of
Styles?
beers.
It didn't specify, so I
would
guess
assume
style.
Styles.
Yeah.
Only in America.
Yeah. Grim, you want to go first?
Sure. A porter,
Okay.
an IPA,
Okay.
a sour,
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. I guess maybe a lager
Mm-hmm.
and a stout. I don't know if I'd want more than that, though.
Is that 5?
That's
Is that
5.
5 or 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Wouldn't that be like a rotating one, like a seasonal
Yeah,
or something?
one of those would be. Probably the sour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one to rotate through because you can do different flavors and,
Get them berries up in
whatnot.
How many do
Seasonal.
most breweries have, like, on tap typically when you go, like, 12?
there. It depends how big the brewery is.
Yeah, and how long they've been brewing, and some just start out with a very core few, like 3 or 4, or even less than that. I'd say some just start with 1, and then branch out from there. Like the one we went to in Marble Falls, they had probably 12.
Yeah, I think it was
Maybe
about
a little
12.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about normal, I would say.
What would you brew in yours?
Starting out, got to kind of have the staples. I'd say like a lager for easy drinking folks, or lager or a pilsner. Something that's friendly to not.
Anyone?
Yeah, to non-beer drinkers or as much,
That's
just
a good
casual beer
in-betweener,
drinkers.
too.
Yeah, exactly. I would say some sort of ale. I really like kind of amber ales, kind of malty, caramely kind of ales, not super hoppy. You have to have an IPA because that's really, really huge and popular. And One of the darks. I would go with a porter. Yeah, exactly. I think a porter over a stout for a dark for me because it's a little more ale-y than a stout. A stout's kind of rich and coffee, and porters have a little bit of lightness still to them. I would say an amber, probably, and I like amber. Maybe that could be the ale also that I do, and then I probably like an unfiltered wheat. I like those a lot.
Oh, I love wheat beer.
American wheat beer, not Belgian, not like Belgian white, because like a Hoegaarden or a Blue Moon or something like that. They're okay, but I'm not a huge fan of them. I like more like Boulevard wheat, like they're that style.
That's actually what I'm drinking right now is an American wheat.
Woo! I know. I saw when you were posting that. It's like, oh yeah, get that one. I want to hear about that. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would go with.
So next question. They want to know the worst 5 beers in your opinion.
Worst 5 total?
Worst 5.
Oh my god, that's such a hard question.
Well, just name ones that you don't like then. Don't concentrate on the fact that there has to be 5.
I mean, like, Beast Light is probably up there.
Oh my gosh.
Best Light.
Best. All the best. Whatever.
Oh, I mean, any of those trash, cheap college beer, swill.
Steel Reserve.
The malt liquors like Steel Reserve
High
and
Grad.
Mickey's and shit like that. Exactly. Any of those,
Old
I
E.
think. 0800.
Did you say Natty Light?
Yeah. Like, oh God, what was that other high grab one that they did?
Bud Ice.
Yes, thank
Disgusting.
you. Bud Ice.
How about,
God,
what was it? Miller Chill, I think. It was their lime one.
I think so. Oh,
yeah.
man.
It was bad. No one bought it.
It was really bad. You know what's funny is Bud Light Lime's okay, though. Especially if you're making like a gelato with it.
I can't stand it.
Not by itself. Okay, I was actually thinking about this the other day. So I've been playing disc golf a lot, and a lot of the guys drink beer on the course when we're playing.
Right.
And half the time,
normal golf.
they always, yeah, exactly. And half the time they're drinking Bud Light, and it's 95 degrees out, and after the first 2 or 3 drinks of it, it literally tastes like water to me. And I'm not downing like the flavor of Bud Light, but after and when it's
that's
hot
the
out
number one beer in America.
I know, but once it gets hot out, and after the first couple, it literally tastes like water to me. And I'm not, like I said, I can drink it.
I feel like
it's
any
my
light
preferred.
beer would.
Most of them, but actually, like Miller Lite holds its flavor pretty well. And surprisingly enough, Keystone Light, which I know we're talking about shitty beers, but a lot of the guys buy like cheap shitty beer, and like bum one every once in a while. And
well, because I guess they're thinking like if they're going to be carrying the beer outside and it's 100 degrees in Texas, like, don't waste your money on a really good beer when it's not going to taste good at 100 degrees.
Absolutely. And, the 2 that have held up the best I've seen in the heat and the sun and warming up a little bit, I think is actually Miller Lite and Keystone, which is weird because Keystone's
you get the alloy cans?
Subsidiary. No, they're just fucking regular 16-ounce cans or the, regular cans.
Well,
but,
Miller Coors is together, so.
Yeah, that's true. But I always thought of Keystone as cheap Coors, and then Natty is cheap Bud Light. That's the
Talk
way.
about tasting like water.
I know.
Ugh,
that's why you drink them Natty Daddies.
Oh, God, dude. But I will say that Bud Light is my preferred to use as a chelada. And if you don't know what that is, that's where you add like Clamato and lime and,
red beer.
Yeah, red beer or tahine if you're going super, classical with it. Those are good in the summer. I like them.
Yeah. Any other shitty beer? You got them all?
I mean, if it's less than like $6 a 6-pack, then it's probably
not great.
Gonna be pretty shitty.
It's a good way to gauge
Miller
it.
Lite used to be less than $6 a 6-pack.
Yeah, they used to be. They have one at HEB here. They have a generic. Okay,
God, what's it called?
Frio. It's called Frio. Okay, so what are your major grocery stores out there? You have like Albertsons or?
We have Tops, Wegmans.
Okay. Now think of their grocery stores, and you have like grocery store brands for stuff, right? Like Best Choice or Always Save, or they have an HEB brand. Yeah, exactly, like that. For HEB, they have two, and they have the HEB brand that's just HEB, and then they have Hill Country Fare. And they're both kind of,
So they have their own beer?
Specifically for HEBs. They have their own beer, and it's called Frio. And I'd say it's somewhere between the bottom barrel ones, like the Natty and stuff, and the mainstream. But
It's so cheap.
But it'll give you a super headache, kind of like Bud Ice will. It's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And,
That's
They
what
sell out
that's
quick,
what
though,
Bud
'cause
Light
it's
does
so
to me.
cheap. It's so
I just
funny.
get a headache for some reason.
yeah.
Because it's gross. That's your body's way of saying don't drink that.
Yeah, well, yeah, no,
We'll just
even
drink a
like
lot
just
more.
one sip, like an hour later, I regret everything.
Agreed. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Sure.
Okay. This is from Bader. Hi, Bader.
Hey, Bader.
Is it appropriate?
Oh, the other ones, I didn't do a shout out. The other ones were from Lazarus.
Oh.
So Bader wants to know the beer that you've drank the most of, college counts. Like in your life, what do you think is the beer that you've drank the most of? Grim?
I don't know. I drink a lot of beer.
Is there a brand though? Like even if they're different flavors?
No, I'm just.
Did you go through a phase of like buying a lot of the same beer?
No.
No.
I like to switch it up. I'd have to say I've drank a lot of Yingling.
Okay.
Really? That's the one, huh?
Yes. But
Is that America's oldest brewery?
Yes, I want to say yes.
I think so.
But I started with Guinness, and yeah.
Oh.
Well, so
How do you start there?
so
That's not where you start. You
I
start with like
start
Bush
there.
Light or something.
I didn't like beer at all. So I figured if I started with the darkest beer, I would like the rest of them, and it
Okay.
held true. And I really
It's-
really enjoy Guinness
That's awesome. It's like immersion therapy.
Yeah.
You
or
just
Stockholm
dive in.
syndrome.
Sure. You're held. Wait. Blink twice if you're being held hostage by the Guinness. So,
Luke, what have you drank the most of?
I would-
College counts.
I would probably say it'd have to be Coors Light then, even though I don't drink it at all anymore.
Yeah. See, I didn't go
And-
to college, so
Well, I didn't either. I just partied at college towns.
well,
So-
see, that's where this counts.
So you guys remember the story I told way early on about getting caught by the cops running in the snow?
Yeah, of course we do.
Coors Light. That was that. That was that period of time. There was about 6 months I lived in Manhattan, Kansas, and I didn't go to school at K-State. I just lived there. And we lived like 2 blocks from campus. And I worked at Foot Locker Warehouse in Junction
So what do
City,
they
which
call
is
people that just party it up but don't go to college?
Losers. They call us losers. That's,
No, if you're okay, so if you're from that town originally, you're just a townie.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
Right.
No, I
You're
lived.
a drifter. You're
I
a
was.
nomad.
I was definitely a
Just a
drifter,
drifter.
nomad. But yeah, we drank a lot of Coors
Is that
Light.
because it's cheap?
I think so, but it was also my buddy Sean kind of got me onto it, and I'm pretty sure that's still what he drinks. He's a creature of habit, and I worked with him, and we worked at Foot Locker Warehouse. We worked, I think, 4 days a week in 10-hour days. We worked like 11 to 9 or something like that. And so it was the perfect drinking schedule because you didn't have to get up early. You'd go to work, you'd get off, and everybody'd be ready to party because it's like 9:30 at night, when you got home. And we would each buy a 20-pack of Coors Light bottles.
Good.
Almost every night before we would go home. And just people would show up. We were known as like the party house. I lived on the couch at this place and I paid $75 a month for like utilities. And like the front door was busted up. The windows were all half broken. It was just a shithole. You didn't go barefoot in this place. And, we'd go home and you just start drinking and people would just start showing up and be like, you guys partying? Yep. And they would come on in and every night.
I would kill to have people show up here every day to party.
Yeah. That's what it was.
That's what I want
And
right now.
I did that solid for like 6 months and I was like, what am I doing?
I did that solid for 5 years in college.
Yeah.
Straight every day
So
to the same house.
But you were going to
because of
college.
that stretch. Yeah.
Right.
You were.
I was attending the university
And
there.
squirrels
Yeah.
or something.
Squirrels chasing.
Man, fucker.
So because of that stretch, I'd say that Coors Light's probably my most consumed just because of the volume I drank in that short period of time.
For shame.
So, but other than that, it's been very hit and miss. I'd say over the last 10 years or so, my most my kind of go-to has been Miller Lite, is just kind of a don't think about it, buy beer, drink it sort of beer.
I can answer this one.
Yeah?
Because I was in college.
Okay.
So in college, I think it was probably Bud Light was the most common one.
Yeah.
If we were going to drink beer. But we didn't really drink beer. We were liquor drinkers.
Yeah.
So we would just have bottles of vodka all over the place.
Malibu.
Yeah, I mean, we drank liquor because
White girl wasted.
beer. Liquor's quicker. Like it takes like 6 beers. I could just do 3
And
shots.
it rhymes.
You know what I mean?
So we, or
Bud Light
6
for
shots
me.
for 6 beers.
Well,
Shots of beer.
you could
Right.
just not eat and then drink some beer, and then you'd be kind of buzzed.
Yeah, and then throw up, and you're fine.
Yeah.
It's
what
a
happens.
diet. But, yeah.
Kids, don't do that diet. Don't listen.
Don't listen.
I forget we do have
Don't listen
children
to
that
Uncle
listen.
Luke.
Not
Yeah,
children,
don't.
but yeah. That's a bad call. So
Okay. So the last question that I have, what?
before I did remember, we were just talking about like old days, high school and college. I saw Zima on the shelf today
Yep.
when I was going in to buy this.
I hear it's
And I was like,
still
oh, shit.
garbage.
Shit.
Oh yeah,
Man.
you got to have Jolly Ranchers
I
if
was
you're going
going
to
to
get
say,
Zima.
grab your Jolly Ranchers, baby.
They should. I should tell
gross.
people to put Jolly Ranchers next to their stacks of Zima because they have 10-case deals
should.
going on.
Yeah. That's
I guarantee you they will buy
They
them.
will sell out. It's genius. Okay, so the last question we got, and then you guys can do your taste testing. This was from Millie. He wanted to know, with all the different flavored beers that are out on the market, what beer market do you feel is largely
I'm
untapped?
going to stop him.
Oh, I get the pun. Untapped. Because tapped beer.
Right. And he even wrote in the question, pun absolutely intended.
That's awesome.
So what beer market is largely untapped?
Man, I don't know. It's so saturated right now.
I would say, if I was going to guess, probably stouts. Because they're less popular.
Yeah, but that's because they're not as
They're
popular.
they're seasonal.
I mean, does that make sense? Like, they're not as hugely, known and marketed because they're just not as popular of a beer type
Yeah, I guess that's true.
by taste and preference.
Actually, I want to say right now what I feel is the thing of this summer and year. And it's...
Oh, yeah. You've got an inside track.
Yeah. It's the, like the seltzer beers.
Seltzer beers.
You just cut out, I can't...
Seltzer beers? Like, what are you talking about?
So it's like seltzer water, but hard seltzer water.
So like the hard soda kind of stuff from last year? But
No, there's White Claw, there's Smirnoff now, there's another one that has a mermaid as their logo. But they're
it makes it sound like
seltzers.
Zima.
But is it flavored seltzer or just
Yep,
seltzer?
no,
mixed in?
there's like black cherry, there's orange, like a cream orange.
It's like they're making them hard sodas, basically.
Or like the old, like Clear the Canadian was.
And the
but
thing is, they have
alcoholic.
0 calories too.
Yeah.
So
Mike's hard
Truly
to
White
Truly
girls
is the
are
other
gonna
one.
Love that shit. Huh.
I noticed that we had a few people in for work talking about marketing and commercials, and I see our product selling more than what the other like our competitors have because I don't see any marketing for that.
Interesting.
It's funny
Yeah, I've
how
never
that
even
works.
heard of them. Yeah, right? If you market stuff, people buy it.
I'll link some stuff after.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it sounds almost like I said, like Zima was, or like the Smirnoff Ices back in the day. Those.
Bud Ice.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Bud Ice was beer. It
Right,
was just
yeah.
high grab.
So they're called FMBs, flavored malt beverages. So that'll be like Mike's, the Smirnoff, all those.
Two Dogs.
I don't know what
Nobody
what?
remembers Two Dogs. No, they
Are
were
they gonna bring
they were
it back?
Australian. They should. It was an Australian one back when we were in high school and college, and
Yeah,
they stopped
Foster's.
making them. But yeah, but it was like orange and lemon,
Really?
and apple. Oh God, my buddy Zach for his 21st birthday got a keg of Two Dogs Orange for his birthday. Oh, it was so
Lord.
bad.
Jeez.
So sweet.
Orange beer?
It's malt liquor. It's like I said, think of like an orange Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, so malt liquor being it's sugary. It's like the wine that you
Yeah.
see in some grocery stores. I don't know about Texas, but here we can't sell real wine, so it's wine product. And it's
What?
It says wine product on it. We'll get people asking all the time, "Where's the wine?" They want that wine, but it's not real wine.
That's weird.
It's
No,
just
we can
wine
sell
product.
wine in the grocery stores.
Oh, okay.
Here. That's fucking
But
weird.
we can't sell wine or beer in grocery stores before noon on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Because
See,
of church.
it used to be noon here, and people still ask, but it's been like 6, 7, maybe 10 years. I have no idea. It's been a long time, but it's 8 o'clock like every other day here.
In Kansas, you couldn't even buy beer on Sunday at all.
Yeah.
Like at all. And I don't know if it's county by county now.
Well,
but
where I grew up, the county I lived in was a dry county.
Yeah.
So we would have to drive to the edge of the
So
city.
basically,
the
you'd
bigger
have
city
to just
get
stock
liquor.
up on Saturday.
Yeah, you have to do
But
a beer
no
run
one
ahead
does
of
that.
time.
No, they don't.
It's funny because
And-
no one does that, and then they get pissed off that Sunday you can't buy anything.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tuesday's the 4th of July, so you better buy all your beer on Monday.
Stock up, baby. That's like whenever you want Chick-fil-A every Sunday, the only day they're not open, that's when you want it.
Dang, Jesus.
I don't know what that feeling means or is.
Oh.
Oh, you don't have the Chick-fil-A?
What's a Chick-fil-A?
A Chick-fil-A. It's
Chick-fil-A.
just a chicken fast food place.
They invented
We have
the chicken
Popeyes.
sandwich, according to
We
them.
just got a Popeyes.
Oh, I love Popeye spicy chicken. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
That is. Yeah. That's not beer related. That's food related.
they
Sorry.
go
They
together.
go hand in hand sometimes.
Yeah. Like Shamalama Ding Dong.
No, it's like beer
Bop,
and
shabop,
wings.
Yes.
Beer and wings go
Oh,
together.
man. Wing Tuesdays. Now, I think I might be hungry.
Yeah,
Did you did eat before
I
you
did.
started?
I had a sandwich.
Okay.
I didn't.
So, that's the questions we have. So who wants to drink a beer and tell us about it first?
Well, Grim, I think, already finished his first glass.
I
Good
did
Lord.
finish
What
my
did you drink?
first glass.
Okay, tell us about it, Grim.
Tell us
What
about
did
that
you
one,
have?
what it was.
So it was the Summer Haze in American Wheat.
Okay.
It's 4.2.
Who's the-
What? Who's the
brewer?
the brewer? Let me finish this real quick.
Okay.
It's 4.2 ABV, which is alcohol by volume,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 15 IBUs, which is international bitter units.
Yeah.
So that's how bitter it is. Like,
So it's a decently lowish
Yeah,
alcohol content, and
most
it's gonna be smooth. It sounds like.
most of theirs are low, and it's interesting. It's by Upstate Brewing Company, which is a local brewery.
Cool.
Side note, we will link all of these different breweries that we're talking about on the website so that you guys can check them out.
Yes.
Continue.
Well, what did you think? Tell
Honest,
us about the brew.
so they had this last year, and I liked it. This is like their staple summer seasonal, and then they have an off one, which I'll get to later. But they've had it before, and I think they changed it a little bit. It's American wheat, so I mean, I love wheat beer.
Yeah.
It really is smooth compared to the IPA. I honestly like the IPA more.
Right.
So what would you rate it out of 8 stars? 8 COG stars. What does that beer get rated?
I don't know. I don't rate beer very well because I just enjoy beer. Like
Yeah.
I don't drink beer to get drunk. I just enjoy it.
What did you enjoy about this one? Tell us about the how was the pour, how was the head, how was the finish?
The flavor profile.
What hit your palate immediately, and as it mellowed, and all of that.
Basically beer porn.
I don't
All that.
want to talk about the beer porn. I can't. It's too lewd.
Too lewd, dude.
Anyway, Luke, what are you drinking?
You're not gonna give it a number?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Well, I started with a can of Strangeland Breweries, the Austinite Pils. It's their Pilsner. Normally Pilsners are pretty boring. But this one's kind of a bohemian style, and it's can fermented, I think. Yeah, it's got a little bit of hoppiness to it compared to what you normally see out of a Pilsner. Normally they're pretty bland and just kind of,
not to
there.
interrupt you, but you have New Belgium there, right?
Yes.
Have you tried their Pilsner?
No, I haven't.
I mean, they throw a twist on it. They make it a higher alcohol content versus it being, an in-betweener.
I'd have to actually, you had all the stats for yours, and I didn't pull it up beforehand on mine. But I will say it's very kind of crisp and bright. It has a pretty clean,
right? Which
kind
let
of
me
finish.
taste it.
Is a little
Go ahead.
More than a Pilsner has.
Right, it's almost ale-y. Like
It does taste like a Scotch ale to me.
It's got a little bit of brightness, almost kind of citrusy.
I give it 5 out of 8 stars.
Oh wow, that's good for you for a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda,
like
how much do you like?
Really good.
How much do you like beer, Amanda?
Not at all.
No, she really doesn't hardly drink any. Like when we went to the brewery in Marble Falls, which I didn't get any. I almost got one from them this time, but I think I'll do.
That's the one you fell
again.
at, right?
Yes.
Did you fall
when
again?
we went there? No, I didn't this time. But the first time we went, we got the tasters, the samplers, and she drank like 1.5 of the 12 or 10 or 8 or however many there were. So I drank the rest of them.
Oh, so you got a flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, the flights. Thank you. The testers.
I love them, the people that run that brewery, but I actually prefer the beer from Strangeland because it's
I love
more
the
drinkable
name of
for
that
somebody that
brewery.
doesn't really like beer.
Strangeland Brewery. It's so good. Well, it does say it's 5% ABV. I don't have a...
Which is like normally 4.2, I think, is a Pilsner.
Well, it depends on where you're at, I think. Because some places can't have over a certain alcohol content on beer. Like Oklahoma, you can't go over 3.2.
What?
3.2 brew. Yeah.
What?
So, and you can only buy it at gas stations. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Okay, so 5% ABV, 29 IBUs. So a lot higher than you'd expect for a Pilsner, right? With 29. So, but it's definitely got a lot more flavor to it than most do, but it's not an overwhelming, it's almost like a mild ale, like a Sierra Nevada or something you'd get, to where it's not overbearing. Really, really drinkable, I'd say. It's very nice.
Are you going to rate it?
Yeah, I'm actually going to give that like a 6.5.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's very
drinkable.
Easy drinking, still tasty, still has some character to it rather than just being a bland, blah, drink beer.
Okay.
So.
What's the other one that you have, Grim? Don't you have a second one that's
there?
there?
So I have their rotational, which is, I think, the first time they've done it this year, summer IPA. So it has Mosaic and Michigan Copper hops.
Ooh.
And it's 6.9 ABV and 19 IBUs, which is pretty low for an IPA.
That is really low for an IPA. I actually noticed when you were sending the picture of the board, I was like, all of their IBUs across the board seem
except
pretty
for
low and mellow.
Their extra pale ale is probably that's 41. Yes.
As a non-beer drinker, what is an IBU?
So Grim talked about it, but go ahead.
International bitter units. So how bitter it feels on your palate. So IPAs are generally really, they numb your tongue.
Is it the hops?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the hoppy flavor.
Okay,
so,
okay.
I mean, all beers have hops in them. It's just how much
generally
come through, but
generally most people don't like it. It's harder to acquire the taste for that. Like, it's taken me some time to get used to IPAs because they're generally a lot higher.
Yeah, I typically stay under 40-ish personally. Anything over that, and it's usually too much for me. But then you have people like my brother Mark, who he's a hophead. He's like, 90 IBUs.
Drinking them stones.
So crisp. Oh, God. I'm like, you're killing me, bro. But
Sorry, I interrupted you, Grim. What you were describing the one.
That's all right. I got through that, right? Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
No, I was just making sure. I don't know. I like all of Upstate's beers because they're all really drinkable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably because they have the low IBUs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I said the exact same thing about Strangeland when we went there, because we did a Groupon. Hey, guys. No. We did a Groupon of, it was a tour, quote unquote, but it was just one dude. And so we, instead of taking the tour, we just sat and drank. And all of them, though, I think the highest is like 49 or 50.
Yeah.
That I've seen. But, God, man, everything is just so smooth. Oh, man. Never mind. The barley wine is 75. And I actually remember kind of liking that because it's more malty and kind of toffee.
I don't think I tasted that one.
Super high. What's the ABV on that? 10.9. So it's very sweet to kind of
Let's
offset
just
it.
say we all stepped out of there drunk as hell.
Yeah. We're going back. My buddy Tim is coming down in a couple of weeks.
Did you get the Groupon?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
And
Is
so
that
we're going to be
Cats
going
fan?
back. Yeah, that is. So we're going back for round 2 with him. And it's the most amazing deal. If you're in Austin, all right, I normally don't plug shit like this, but because we're not sponsored, but look for the Groupon for Strangeland Brewery in Austin. It's $35
Mm-hmm.
and you get 12 pours and 6 glasses to take with you on
Wow.
the tour.
It's an awful lot of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a really good deal.
Really good deal. So considering the 24-ounce bottles are $10 if you buy them by themselves, it's a crazy deal.
I just want to throw this into perspective. I had 1 pint and bought 2 4-packs yesterday at Upstate, and it was $38.
Yeah. It's crazy. So definitely take advantage of that. Plus you get to see a little tour of it's like a
The brewery is
warehouse,
like in the warehouse
basically,
where you drink. So
and then the bar is just kind of like a garage door is open in the front.
Hey, that's
so it's gonna be
kind of
hot
like
as hell in the
ours.
summer. Yeah,
they don't
it's
have an AC unit or anything. It's so hot.
garage
in there.
door. They got a bar, some stools, and like a bar that goes around the outside of it. You know, a ledge where you can set your drinks and talk. And
I think it's because they're small. Like they're just starting out. Maybe
definitely a really cool place. They also do a lot of events around Austin. I mean, we're kind of tangenting talking about the brewery already, but I always see on their Twitter they're doing, you know, like cookouts and promotions and cool stuff down there. If we were closer, we'd probably do more of them, but it's kind of on the other side of the city from us.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, so sorry, Grim, just jumped in. You were talking about how all of Upstate.
All of Upstate's good. What's your favorite one from Upstate?
I'd have to say their Common Sense, which is like what they started with. It's a Kentucky Common Ale.
I was going to ask what that is. I've never heard of a Kentucky Common Ale.
So I think that's like the root of the ales. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I looked it up before, and I'm not 100%, but I think that's where it all started.
You might have been drinking that day.
Yeah.
When you looked it up.
Probably.
Probably a few Kentucky ales deep.
Probably.
So they have one called Smash as well, and they're on 8. So they change it every time. They change what hops they use.
Oh.
Yep. So
Okay.
whenever that runs through, they'll brew a new batch of it, and it changes.
I was going to say, because you said it changes every time, and I didn't know what you were talking about,
Yep.
because it sounded like it was good.
The last
pretty
one
cool.
was really good. It was I think it was a bright red before, so I don't remember what hops were in it.
Red hops.
Yeah. So the guy that brews at Upstate, he's brewed 2 sours, and the last one he had was pomegranate, so it was super like sour.
Oh, wow.
And now he brewed a blueberry. Sorry, I'm trying to read this.
Yeah.
And it's a bright, like a blueberry color, like when you smash a blueberry. It's that
Wow.
color, so people see it and they're like, I want that, and it's only 3 IBUs.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's not as sour, it's like a sweet and then kind of tart.
Yeah.
And I
Makes
feel
sense.
locally we don't have any sours around here at all. So that kind of
We
draws
don't really
people
see
in.
a lot. Well, I'm sure there are breweries doing it. Austin has everything anything that anybody's doing that's trending is happening here. So I'm sure there are some. I haven't really got into sours personally. I've had a couple that are pretty good. I think they might have had one when we went on the tour last time, but it was just on tap there. I don't think they've actually canned or bottled it. They had that other, anyway, yeah, they had some pretty cool stuff.
What's your second beer you have there,
Oh.
Lucas?
So, after the pills,
What you got now?
I'm going to go lightest to darkest.
Okay.
So, the next one's the Scotch Ale. It's called Athelbrose. It's I imagine, Scottish name. Athollbrose. Now, this one's considered one of their reserve, small batch reserve ones.
So it's the same brewery.
Same brewery, yeah, Strangeland Brewery. All of mine are from there this time.
Okay.
It is small batch made. They're only on their 8th batch they've made of it.
Oh.
This one I got is from batch 7. It says
Let me taste it while you're
says
talking
it
about
on
it.
the bottle. It is fucking delicious. It is to say lightly. This beer is probably one of my favorite beers I've ever had in my life. I mean,
she went for a second
it's
sip.
It's 8.9%. Mm-hmm.
It has the aftertaste of berries or something.
Okay.
I don't like it as much as the other one.
It's got a little bit of sweetness to it. I mean, it has
It's
to
too sweet.
with the higher alcohol content. But it's also got like a kind of caramel, malty, but also bright berryish. Definitely honey. I'll just read some of the stuff they talk about it. Because, I mean, personally, it's very complex when you drink it, and it's got a lot of layers, you know, like ogres and onions. And,
Onions.
no, there's no onion in it. It just has layers like onions. And
wildflower honey, flaked oats, and oak infused with
Oh,
a blend of
that
single
honey.
malt Scotch whiskies. So
yes,
it's the honey that makes it
oak
so
infused
sweet.
with a blend of single malt Scotch whiskeys. So it has kind of that complex oak barrel aged kind of flavor that you get with like wine and other cask aged, you know, products. But the head on it is very, very fine. It's almost like nitrogen style. It's got the very, very fine bubbles. I don't know. It's just really good, but it's got kind of that balance of caramel malty amber with the oaky, and then also like some brightness with the berry and honey and stuff. So
I give it a 3. I didn't like it.
You're
the
crazy.
other ale is better. The pills is better.
See, yeah, this is one of those that I get when I just want a sipping beer for like a whole night and enjoy it.
So that comes in the tall bottle, right?
Yes, it only comes in the large bottles, the 25.4
So do you
ounce.
usually go through that in a night?
Yeah, if I'm doing that, that'll be a full bottle. So it'll be like drinking 3 or 4 beers worth.
All right, but you're
of a
sipping it like
normal-
you said. You're not pounding them down.
Exactly. So I mean, it'd be like drinking a wine bottle, basically, is what it would be like the equivalent of, because it's a higher ABV. And
What do you rate it?
oh, I can't give it a perfect rating. Each batch is a little different. Like this one isn't quite as fruity. It's a little maltier, this batch that I'm having now. I would say like a 7.5.
Oh, you really like it then.
I do. I told you, it's one of my favorites I've ever had.
Wow.
It's like my go-to.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, very good. Grim, do you have anything else from your other brewery you want to talk about? Your upstate? Because I have one more beer, but I want you to go first.
Not really. I mean, they do a lot of events. They cater to our local food trucks. So generally they'll have, it's a barbecue place called Big Fat Daddy's, which they also have every once in a while, either Global Taco or they change it in the winter to like a, what is that, sandwich? Like a sandwich truck. So they'll do like grilled cheese and everything.
They should do a chili truck in the winter.
Chili truck. I don't know if they make chili, but I don't know. The Big Fat Daddy's, it's there like every Friday, I think it is.
Nice.
He does.
So do they have like a beer garden, like outdoors?
I wouldn't call it a garden. It's literally like a deck. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
But they just added to the brewery, so their tap room used to be probably 35 by 20 square feet or something like that. It was small. And they only had like 5 beers maybe on tap. And now they have, 10? And it's huge. They added a garage door. I think I think they actually have AC.
Which is weird because you're in the north.
It's really nice. I'll have to see if I have a picture of the whole inside or if it's on the website.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, maybe they have a picture of
but
their,
I took a picture of like their taps, and it's like piping basically, and they don't even label their tap markers. They just know which one's which is really nice.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. But I don't know. The owner's really nice. I mean, granted, we distribute their product, but
right.
I feel like I'd go there either way.
Yeah. What's the other one you have, Luke? The third one?
The third one I have, because I bought 3, because I'm crazy.
Oh, God, I don't even want to taste this one, but give it to me.
Pull this one over here.
Oh, God, you can't even see through it. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be
So
awful.
I did go lightest to darkest. This is called The Last Gentleman, the Bourbon Porter.
Oh, that is
She
disgusting.
loves it. How many out of 8?
0. No, 0.5 because Guinness is worse.
What? It's so smooth.
No, Guinness is like drinking cough syrup, but it's a 0.
You look like you want to just vomit right now.
Oh, God, it was so
So
gross.
it is a very dark... Let me hold it up to the light here.
That doesn't help. Nobody can see what you're doing.
You can't see through it at all. Like, even holding up to the light.
So Guinness?
Yeah, basically when you're... Well, it's a porter. As you're pouring it, it is very velvety, thick head. And it does not dissipate. I poured this before we started, and it's still got
it's still there, and
quarter inch, up on top.
It's filmy. It looks like.
All right, I'm gonna give it a taste here.
Have you drank it before?
Yeah, I know.
Have you had it before?
Yes, I had it when we went there. That is good. So it has your traditional porter taste, as you would imagine, but it also has almost like a sharpness to it that most porters don't. Like a lot of times you get like thick, heavy coffee flavors, with porters. And this one still keeps that kind of ale bite almost, that kind of hoppy brightness at the end.
It is stuck all up in your mustache.
I even trimmed my mustache, guys.
Cheater.
You're welcome. I know.
Did you just say you're welcome to her, even though it probably helps you?
No, it helps me immensely because I can eat things now without just eating my mustache. Or using a straw, exactly. I can drink without a straw now. But it's oak barrel aged with the whiskey bourbon, I should say. Don't want to get those two mixed up. It's really good. I've had others. Let me ask you, Grim. You remember in our group a while back, everybody was going apeshit about a certain beer. You remember this?
Mm-hmm.
The Old Raz.
Yep.
The Old Rasputin.
I feel like that has to do with Destiny, though.
It is. But we're not talking about the game, but everybody in that group just was going crazy about how amazing this beer is.
Did you have it?
I bought a 4-pack of it, and I tasted it. I'm like,
it's just
beer. It's all right. It's just a porter. Or
Yeah.
is it even a porter or stout?
I don't remember.
I'm going to get in trouble for this one.
Yeah, that's okay.
But either way, it's a porter or a stout. And
I remember tasting it and wanting to throw up.
It
just tasted like a beer.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't anything special. I didn't see why it was $12 for a 4-pack of it or whatever. And this one has more character to me, this bourbon porter. It's got, and I know a lot of the guys in the group are beer connoisseurs, and they're bourbon vanilla porters and
I love
pumpkin
vanilla
stouts and porters. And
hey, get off my pumpkin.
I'm
a basic white guy.
I think if this also was infused with some vanilla, that it would just take it over the top and have that smooth kind of toast to the finish.
Yep.
Because right now it has that porter start, but it has that kind of spike of acidity and a little bit of hoppiness. And I think if it had a finish of kind of smoothness, it would be just right. But as it is now, it's definitely one of the more drinkable porters I've had. I didn't tell you the ABV is 6.8% and the IBUs are 41.
Wow.
So also, yeah, higher. That's what I'm talking about. It's got that hoppy finish for a porter. You don't see 41 IBUs on porters very often. So that whole oak kind of finish with the hoppiness and it still being a porter with the smooth start it's a really interesting kind of combination and very complex.
Sounds like a good chili. The heat sneaks in on you.
Yes. Oh man. I gave Nick our chili recipe.
Yeah, I saw that he had to make it, and he made too much.
Yeah, he made the full batch.
It's a huge
I
batch.
should have warned him how much it is, because it's 2.5 pounds of beef that recipe has.
It's a lot.
And I hope he put some more jalapenos in it, too, because mine's pretty tame. The base recipe is pretty tame. And it could use a little more heat if you like heat.
He did send me a picture of ramen today.
Oh, I saw on Twitter. He said he was eating... His hashtag was inappropriate.
No,
Yeah, but it was his first time having ramen.
Yeah.
He was really excited.
I didn't see it on Twitter, but he direct messaged me to make sure he told me that he is very depressed. He cannot have that whenever he wants.
That's awesome. Well, we miss you, Nick. You'll be back next week.
Oh,
buddy.
what did you rate The Last Gentleman?
Oh, so The Last Gentleman, I'm going to give it... I mean, as an overall beer, I would say probably like a 5.8 out of 8. But as a porter, compared to other porters, I'd give it a higher rating. Like one of the best porters I've had. I'm not a huge porter guy. If I was, I could see liking this a lot more. But it's one of the more drinkable ones I've had, and I actually do enjoy it, and I will finish it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I do want to talk next time. I think we should do it again with different breweries at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Do the other brewery?
Yeah, I want to do another one that we visited in Marble Falls and when I fell down at, because they are the coolest people. Like this one I'm doing today, Strangeland, is the local one in Austin that we went to, but I didn't meet the owners or anything. We went on a Sunday afternoon. It was
just the bartender.
Just the bartender guy that we hung out with, and even though he was a Broncos fan, he was pretty cool. And we had a really good time at this brewery. And yeah, I know. And I really just enjoy their beer a lot. It is all really good. I can buy any of them and know that I'm going to like it from what I've tasted so far. But the people at the other brewery that we're going to talk about, next time we do this, are like the coolest people ever. They're
Well, you can talk about them more when we actually review
super
theirs.
good times.
Yeah.
But I just remember because I have my hat
laying
here and it reminded me of that. But,
did I get a T-shirt from there?
Yeah, you did.
I did. Where did I put it?
Good question.
God bless it. I don't think I've seen it since I bought it.
Grim was supposed to get me a Miller Lite jacket or something.
It was a sweater, ugly sweater.
It was an ugly sweater.
We ran out,
but it was far too small for me.
Well, yeah, we ran out of the ones you needed.
Yeah,
I'll be very nice to you.
XL or whatever I need. No, not really. Don't send me quadruple XL stuff.
It'll
be way too big.
Quadruple XL?
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, double.
You'll be swimming in it
now because I'm chubby.
It's
mostly beer.
All that beer you drink.
Anything else you want to say about beer?
I don't drink that often,
No, you
surprisingly
don't.
enough.
No, you don't.
Like you were talking about last week, you're like, is that still the same Dos Equis you had that I had like 2 weeks ago? And I've still got like
you have
3
that
in the fridge.
from Mexican Day, right?
It was Cinco de Mayo. You're right.
Cinco de Mayo.
Because you
I bought it like
for
the
that
day before,
and then never drank
and
it.
I didn't feel good. Yeah, I didn't feel good.
What are you going to do on your birthday, Grim?
Oh,
I'm gonna work and then buy a steak and eat it.
ooh!
Because I've turned that into
man.
my yearly thing.
Cool.
Can we transition to food talk for a minute?
Sure.
Of
We're done with
course.
the beer.
Grim, how do you do your steaks? Do you just throw them on the grill?
So I put them on the grill. I don't usually use anything on them, and I usually do about 5 minutes each side on
At
high.
all, like salt and pepper?
Yeah, no, not even really salt and pepper.
Holy crap! Okay. So.
What kind of steak is it? What kind of steak?
Oh yeah, what's your favorite cut?
I can't remember the cut. It's the same cut I buy all the time from one of the local stores that we have here, but I can't remember the cut.
If you like had money didn't matter, cut of steak, what would you get?
Probably fillets.
Man.
No?
No. But I love fat and flavor. See, filet is like the most tender cut of meat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just because of where it's at. It's super long muscle. It's very lean. There's hardly any fat on it, but it's still very, very tender. And that's why it's kind of a sought after, because it's very simple to do. There's not a lot of variation in it. There's not a lot of marbling that you have to deal with, you know, if it's super fatty. Yes, Amanda? Yes.
What is the cut of meat where you're supposed to eat it like medium raw? And you dip it in like a little au jus?
All of them.
Prime rib?
Yeah.
That's the one that's...
So prime rib is ribeye.
Okay.
It's a rib roast.
Okay.
Now...
That one is actually my favorite.
Yes. Ribeye is my favorite. It's got the best marbling, I think. And bone-in ribeye. People are talking about bone-in, blah, blah, blah. I like bone-in. It has more flavor because you get that caramelization around the bone.
You don't only
I love some
the
marrow.
bone-in, but... Okay, so yes, so does Luke. What he does is when he's done eating the steak, he nibbles on the bone like a fucking dog.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's the
just
best
saying.
part about me
Okay.
making my broth when I made broth for ramen. All that.
Them bones, baby.
I baked them and it got all the juices flowing. Browned them.
Shit, yeah. What'd you do with the pan? Did you deglaze the pan?
No, but I did pour the drippings in too.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're making beef stock and you roast the bones first, and then you pour like a little bit of red wine in there and deglaze the whole pan and pour that in, woo, watch out. But, what was I saying? No.
You were talking about steak.
So steak, yeah.
Jesus.
Personally, I prefer ribeye. If I can get a bone-in ribeye, like a 16 to 20 ounce bone-in ribeye, a big fat one, you know, like
maybe that's what I'll
1.5
buy.
inch thick. Do that. Get like at least a choice. You know, choice select. Either of those are fine. You know, with as long as just look at it, look like, you know, huge fat pockets or anything like that. Get some nice marbling in there. Get it about an inch thick. You know, you're gonna pay
Yeah, but treat
$15
yourself.
for
It's
it,
your
but it's your
birthday.
birthday.
I'll get a discount.
Don't go prime.
They love me there.
Nice. Don't go prime. It's not worth it. I mean, it is, but it's not worth the extra like 50% cost that it over select. So if you only have choice, get that, get select, whatever. But just make sure it's got good marbling and it's like an inch thick. And then try this out. Oh, I don't know if I want you to try a new technique. Probably shouldn't on your birthday. But after that, the next time you do a steak, do you have a cast iron pan?
Yeah.
Okay. Get it super hot
Mm-hmm.
by itself, just on the pan, till it's almost smoking. And then a little bit of, actually the best way to do it is rub the meat down with oil, with canola oil or vegetable oil, some sort of blend that doesn't burn. And salt and pepper liberally on the outside of it. Sear it for whatever your desired temperature is. You know, for medium rare, it's like 3 to 4
I was
minutes.
going to say 4 minutes.
On each side. And you don't even have to put it in an oven or anything. You can finish it. It kind of depends on your preference. But what I end up doing is I'll preheat the oven to like 450 or 500. And
After it's seared on both sides.
just sear it on one side. And then when you flip it, take a pat of butter and throw it on the top of it with a sprig of rosemary, like fresh rosemary, just on the butter. Throw that in the oven for however long you want it to cook for, you know, to get the doneness you want. You know, 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it out, get the butter juices in the pan and start spooning them over the top of it. And,
Make sure you always let your meat rest.
yeah, and then pull it out of the pan, let it rest 5 minutes or so, and eat that shit. And it's delicious.
I think you're just hungry.
I am. I think, yeah, that, you know, get the exact timings based off, you know, how thick it is and stuff like that. It's going to take a few times to get down the exact amount of time depending on how thick it is, but that's the way to do it, man. That rosemary kind of brings out, you know, you basically kind of just infuse the butter with rosemary and then put it over the top.
Okay.
It's over the top.
Yeah. Which beer should I finish first?
All of them.
The middle one.
Okay. I'll go light to dark.
Yeah, just go in order. Anything else we want to talk about this week?
Luke, what video
finally
games
bought
did you
stuff.
buy?
Yeah, I finally bought stuff on
Oh
the Steam
God,
sale.
Steam.
I got it today. What did I even get?
He finally ripped the Band-Aid off and just
I kept going back and
fixed his
forth.
cart.
I ended up not getting Elite Dangerous.
Why not?
Actually. Well, because from what I've seen of it and what it actually is to play the game, it's
So it's kind of like No Man's Sky, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of exploration. It's a lot of
but it's
flying around
galaxy.
and then you land on. Yes, it is Milky Way, and you land on planets and you mine them, and that's really all I saw people doing is literally those two things. And you explore, or you mine and gather and trade, or you dogfight, in the sky. Which the dogfighting looked cool, and the exploration looked pretty cool, but
that was about it.
But it's at the point to where finding unexplored, like, new regions is really hard to do. And you really only get huge, or you really only get paid off for exploration if you find Earth-like planets. And they're really rare, I guess.
And that's what you want to do.
Really cool. Yeah, and all the really cool stuff that people find is... It's pretty much done already by the time the general population is able to experience it. Because they do these events that are like super complicated crypto... like ARG stuff that you have to kind of figure out. And the people who play it 24/7 and are hardcore invested and have the best stuff to get to the coordinates the fastest. Pretty much, yeah. They experience it all and then you just read about it. Yeah. And so you have to basically make that the only game you're playing and invested in to make it worthwhile, it seems like. And it's not something that you can just kind of get in and enjoy and have little segments of, from what I've seen. So I ended up not getting it.
You also did not get Nex Machina.
I did not get Nex Machina at this time. It was on sale a little bit. It was like 20% off, but it wasn't
not that
like,
good though.
Yeah.
Really
and so it's also new, and I got all these other games, so I think I'm just gonna play what I got. I ended up getting the Valve pack because
are you comfortable with saying how much you spent?
Yeah, it was $66, something like that.
Yeah,
that's a lot less than
Yeah.
I'm not even done, but I spent 110. So
yeah. Well, you'll be happy to know I got Worms WMD.
Okay, I still have to buy that.
So I got Worms. I got
Gary's Mod and then the Valve pack.
Gary's Mod and the Valve pack. So I got the CS packs and stuff like that. I got Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition, which was $4.
Nice.
Crazy deal. Gary's Mod. Everspace was the one I got instead of Elite Dangerous. That was the kind of roguelike dogfight one that was a lot more fast paced and just action kind of. So I'm looking forward to playing that one. That one should be fun.
That was all you got,
right? All I got? Oh, and then I got the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus.
Yeah.
The latest expansion, because I had all the ones before that.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting that music
well.
maker, and it didn't work.
Oh, yeah? What?
What do you mean it didn't work?
It errored every time I tried to install it.
For real?
Yeah,
Return it.
I did. So
okay.
I got oxygen not included.
Man, I was looking forward to that too. I wanted you to make us a new theme song.
I know.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm getting on my friend about making that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you had a friend that was talking about it.
Richard, if you're listening, make one as well.
Yeah, Dick.
He said he was going to, and he never did.
But yeah, that'd be great if somebody made us a theme song, But, I mean, we have some great outtakes of us making some sweet music that you might hear someday. I don't think
we should just take voice clips of us and patch them together and make something.
Well, I don't know how to mix.
Like auto-tune the news does.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to be auto-tuned because it terrifies me.
Yeah, fuck that.
To turn you into a robot. So what all did you get, Grim?
What?
What all did you get from the Steam sale?
Video games. So I kind of got a mix of like multiplayer and single player games.
Okay.
One of the big genres right now is like the survive the whatever and escape.
Right.
So there was, I think it's Deep or something like that. It's like a shark one. No, that's
We Must Go Deeper.
No, that's a different one. I did buy that as well, and that's a cooperative.
Oh yeah.
Which
you talked about that last
seems hilarious. But there's another one. It's kind of like Shark Attack 2 or something like that. But there's one person that's a shark and then other people.
Interesting.
I will say that Friday the 13th is the most interesting of the ones that I've played like that.
Oh, like the Dead by Daylight.
Yep. I don't care for Dead by Daylight because you can't deter people from camping your body. It just it irks me
if they're the killer.
Yep. So like I've had people just stand there while I'm on the hook and wait till you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
that one seemed to have some gameplay issues, like some core kind of issues.
Like if I could have someone run up to the killer, and the flashlight's supposed to do stuff, but it barely blinds them, and you have to hit them just right in the eyes. But if you could deter the killer or make them disappear or something like in White Noise 2, like you do something or whatever when they're attacking a player and it warps them away. Like that would be nice. I think in White Noise you just shine your flashlight or a glow stick or something and it makes them like warp back.
So from what I saw on Friday the 13th gameplay that I saw, it seemed pretty boring. Like you just either you're the killer or you're not, and you're either hiding from the killer or you're just hunting to kill people. It doesn't really seem very deep.
So the whole thing about that genre is trying to escape. So in Friday the 13th, you can call the police, you can gas up the car and fix the battery, or gas up the boat, get the propeller. Like you're trying to leave. You're not trying to hide. And the only issue I have with Friday the 13th is if you're in a building and moving, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but there's a mechanic that Jason has that it just highlights the whole building red.
Oh, weird.
And he moves super fast, like way faster than the actual players.
Right, but that also is an issue because if you don't time it right, you'll run past them or you'll get stuck in like a fence or whatever and you won't be able to go through the fence, but you can also teleport as him too. But all these are like in cooldowns.
Isn't that kind of against the traditional, horror movie genre?
Well, if you think about everywhere? Well, no, if you think about it, in Friday the 13th, he was just always there. So that's the teleporting. That's he just happened to show up.
So it just looks like he's walking super slow.
Exactly.
He's always where he needs to be.
Yeah, he just teleports. That's all he did.
That's a clever way. That's a clever way to explain it away.
Yeah. The only thing that I bought from the Steam sale was Little Nightmares, and I'm going to do that as a not the podcast because we haven't done any of those in a while.
Yeah, sorry.
So that way, it seems to work better when I'm playing and someone else is talking because you guys all
we like to focus
too much on the game. Yeah, so I'm going to play the game. You guys talk behind me.
The one where Nick and I were playing Overwatch. You
were just playing Overwatch.
I was just like, man, I had some great plays. What's going on?
Yeah, it didn't really work out. So I'm going to play. You guys are going to
That was actually some of my best Overwatch play I've had. That was
Luke,
pretty fun.
So I picked up Reaper recently.
Oh, really?
And I've had some fun plays of the game.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Reaper is...
They changed him.
Reaper combined with... Yeah. I heard he got some different...
He's tankier.
Regions.
I play him like a tank.
Constantly, right?
Yeah, so as long as he does damage, he heals.
Wow.
Instead of killing
That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Which is how I played him anyway.
Because that was the problem. Yeah, that was the problem. He was like super squishy. Like before, he could teleport in and do a lot of damage, but man, he was glass cannon all the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because if he's doing Death Blossom, he'd just get killed.
Oh yeah, definitely. Unless you had like a Zarya or a Mei ult, like lock everybody down first.
Yeah.
Which was a very dirty combo, by the way. If you throw a Mei ult and freeze a bunch of people and then jump down with Reaper and just Death Blossom, it's game over.
Game over, man.
Game over, man.
Anything else we want to talk about before I wrap it up?
Make sure you wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up. So
that's in honor of Nick. Always be ready to bone.
Wrap it up.
It's bang.
So,
oh my God,
that's right. What did you say?
Bone.
You said bone. It's bang.
See, the cat even knew it was wrong. Yeah. He flipped out when I said
I heard that scream. I was wondering if it's taking after me.
Yeah, he does make raptor noises. It's
a little bit, he does. Anyway, so we'll link the favorite breweries for you guys on the website. Go visit that and check those breweries out. Tell them you heard about them from us. That would be cool. Go to our website for everything. It's CoGPod.net. There's a new blog post there. The streaming schedule's there. All the links where you can contact us is there and send us questions or comments or whatever you want. And then the link to the Discord chat is there.
Yep.
The donation tab is there. Like, everything's all in one spot. So just go browse.
And go rate and review us on YouTube, or not YouTube, iTunes.
I think you're drunk already.
Shut up.
I think you need some food, Luke.
Just getting my merds mixed up, all right?
All right. Well, everybody say goodbye. We'll end it there.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.